You ever think for a moment, why 4 cups of wine?
Not the right one.
Why not 4 donuts?
What's the problem?
What's the chat over here? 4 cups of wine? Why wine? 4 of anything.
What's the
It's
problem?
about
Tell
wine.
me.
What's the chat over here? 4 cups of coffee. I don't drink coffee. I never had more than 1 cup of coffee in my entire life. One and done. What's the chat over here? Why
What's the
specifically 4?
problem here?
There's a well-known. Tava, could you mute yourself, please? Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Well-known idea that what?
What's the problem?
What's the problem with this guy? There's a well-known idea that what? That there's arba lashonas of geula. Hוצאתי, והצלתי, וגאלתי, ולקחתי. Very nice idea. According to that, 4 apples, 4 egoism. By the way, we discussed in the past that in Rosh Hashanah we don't have a walnut and nut. Right? Because it's gematria chet. Yeah, but on Pesach, Gemara Pesachim, Koftes, Mechalkin, Egoism, Kelayos, we distribute the nuts. What's the difference? Are nuts good? Are they bad? Gematria chet. Really, it's one off gematria. It's also gematria of type. What's that? Okay, fine. Akopanim. Many people, it's very difficult to drink yayin. Nichnas yayin, yatsuso. You drink yayin, gematria 70, the secrets will come out. Gemara Neirvin. Ain't that? Ain't your yayin? Yeah, that's true. That's the significance about yayin. So those people, they have grape juice. Fine. What's the pshat yayin though? Wouldn't it be something that's more shaval l'chol nefesh, so to say? It's universally, everyone eats it more? What's going on over here? By the way, there's a whole question. Why don't we say in Manishtana halayla that we drink 4 cups of wine? That we drink 4 cups. All right, another question. Akopanim comes along with Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. He's quoted in the Kemotzei Shlal RavHaggadah, pages Nun Beige to Nun Gimel, and they're quoting from a kuntras on Pesach that his yeshiva put out, where he's Rosh Yeshiva Kol Torah in the year Tafshin Nun Zayin. It says like this: the 4 languages of redemption, the arba lashonos of geula, it's not just a number, right? These are 4 different types of ways that we were saved. Each one is better than the one that preceded it. First, we had hוצאתי, we were taken out. Then והצלתי, we were saved. That's a higher level. There's more simcha, there's more happiness over there. Afterwards, we have וגאלתי, there was a geula, there was a full-fledged redemption, which is even more simple. We got further away from Egypt. And then ולקחתי. Hashem took us, himself, so to say. And there's even more happiness over there. Now we can understand why we have 4 cups of wine. You go to a high-end restaurant, you waste $300-400 for a meal for you and your wife. You get the drinks also, you get the desserts. Talking about a high-end, all right? $300-400 meal, very good. What's going to happen at the end of the meal after you stuffed your face? Well, assuming you didn't eat too much, you don't need to go to the hospital and get your stomach pumped. You're still going to feel stuffed. It's not going to feel geschmack. Right? That's like the Rashbam writes in Hilchos Deis, you want to fill up only 3/4. You don't want to fill up the tank all the way, the gas all the way, your charge all the way. Right? So that's the idea over here. It's the same thing, by the way, with an electrical battery. Well-known idea. You're not supposed to charge your car or any battery more than 80%. It's not good for the battery degradation in the long term. This stems at the Rashbam. You don't want to fill up all the way when you eat. Same idea, battery degradation. Cute idea. Just thought about that right now. Akwapanim, the more and more food you eat, once you're already totally full, the less tasty it is. It won't even feel good. You're going to feel like you want to vomit. And if you have too much, you will need to go to the vomit. You will have issues that you need to go to the hospital if your mom eat too much, right? That's when it comes to food. That's when it comes to food. By the way, there's also an idea. The initial flavor that goes into your mouth when you eat something is always the best flavor. I once saw someone, he was on a diet. He literally ate something. He chewed the thing and then he spat it out. And that's the shayla of Baal Tashlis. But the idea is that he just wanted the flavor from it. He didn't want the calories from it. He just wanted the flavor, so to say. That's the idea over here. So the initial food is always going to be the best. But once you already keep going, that's not going to be as good. You're not going to get as much pleasure. It's not going to cause as much happiness, as much enjoyment, as much pleasure. Now, drinking yayin is different. Of course, if it's too much, it's also not going to be good. But there's an idea that what? That when you're drinking, as it goes on, it gets better. For example, if a person, let's say, is trying to drink and he doesn't necessarily like it so much, that's fine. You're not going to like it. But the effect will have an effect as it continues to go. It's going to be more enjoyable. Person then, after a few cups, will start getting tipsy. Then they'll get a little shikker, a little drunk, and the effect will be better as the time goes on. That's why it's specifically yayin, because yayin teaches us that there's something that the more it is, the better. So too when it came to the redemption, that the more it was, each redemption got better and better. That's one answer to this question. Another answer to this question, answer number 2, is in the Haggadah, what is it called? The Haggadah of the Rosh Yeshiva. They call it Book 2. And if you want to see the whole piece, you could take a look in page 50 to page 53. I'll actually quote this from Shlomo Zalman Auerbach also. Okay. The second answer is from Rabbi Zatzal. Yosef sent his brothers home from Egypt to inform their father that he was alive and well, to persuade him to come to Egypt with his sons to join Yosef, right? And he sent along gifts, the goodness of Egypt, the pasuk says, in addition to grain, bread, and food. Take a look in Bereshis. Mem Hey Chav Gimel. What is the goodness of Egypt referring to? Comes along the Gemara in Maseches Megillah on Tez Zayin Amud Beis. This is referring to old wine, Yayin Yoshon, which brings comfort to the old of old men. What is it about old wine that brings comfort to old men? Explains Rav Hutner. Wine is unique. It's unique in its ability to defy the usual course of nature that decrees that all things must deteriorate with age, because the quality of wine only improves as age goes on. Most things in this world, as time goes on, they get worse. The Torah, Har Sinai, that gets better as time goes on. You see how the fact that we're still here, we're still in this world, we were never completely annihilated, persecuted. That goes better as time goes on. Old wine, that goes better. It is a physical representation, perhaps the only such case in nature, of the metaphysical concept of continuous renewal. This is something physical that shows that it gets better as time goes on. Old men who usually experience one degree or another of physical deterioration, they start getting sick when you're older, they receive comfort when they contemplate this characteristic of wine, because it reminds them that in actuality, of all things, including people, do not exist in a state of continuation, which is an outgrowth of past creation, but are constantly being renewed. Wine gets better as it gets older. This is the characteristic of wine that makes it so suitable for singing praises. Like you just said before, we only sing shir on wine. You don't celebrate old news. That's the saying. Or as another proverb puts it, an ongoing pleasure is no pleasure. A sense of joy and celebration can only be brought on by something new and fresh. Wine,
Who says where's it?
in our physical world, represents the trait of renewal and freshness, which is latent in all of creation. In other words, the yayin is very unique in the creation of this world. Why? Because the yayin teaches us that what? That as time goes on, it gets better. So to us, so to Klal Yisrael, so to the creation in general, so to Hashem. That could be perhaps why it's only wine. Why we have 4 cups of wine. It's Adoros is a true concept that we get lower on a spiritual level. But the idea is that that as time goes on, we see the proof that we're still alive is a bigger miracle. Like the Yabbetz writes in his Agdama to the seder Yabbetz, that as time goes, every single day, the miracle of our existence increases and gets better. Same idea of wine. As it gets older, it gets, right? You see also the Gemara at the end of Shabbos says that the Talmidei Chachamim, the older they get, the wiser they get. The fools, the older they get, the more foolish they get. Yeah. Okay. All right, Bruchim Tia.
Who said that about the who said the constant pleasure is not a pleasure?
This is Rav Hutner. It's all in here. Rav Hutner.
Rav Hutner? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Gold.
Well.